Hey guys, welcome back to Maverick Watch Reviews. Today we have the Timex Expedition Ranger 50 meter quartz watch, and this is model number TW4B10700. And as usual, we're going to open this thing up, look at all the features and functions, check out the build quality, and then I'll let you know what I think of this relatively new Timex Expedition. Also, make sure you check out my Amazon shopping page for this and many of my other favorite watches. I'll make sure to put a link in the description field for you, and make sure you check out my new Teespring t-shirt store for what I think are some pretty cool t-shirt designs. I'll make sure to put a link in the description field for you for that as well. So here you go, typical Timex watch box, really boring. Y'all seen these a million times, just a black, watch box, nothing to write home about. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. And I really don't normally review Timex watches for a couple reasons. One, because I think they're just really boring. I mean, they don't have any GPS watches, they don't have any kinetic watches, they have maybe one or two automatics. Actually, I don't think they even have any automatics. I think that new Marlin is a manual wind. They don't have any solar watches. They really just use basic quartz movements, either in analog or digital form, and they're just kind of boring. But this one, to me, caught my eye just because it's really good looking. So anyway, let's see what you get here. Of course, you get your manual and your warranty stuff in that little pocket inside of there. You can see it in there. So anyway, I just really like the look of this one, guys. So I wanted to take a look at it and kind of reacquaint myself with Timex watches. So let's go ahead and put all the specs on the left-hand side of the screen, and we'll get into this thing. You're looking at a 43 millimeter brass case. It's 11.5 millimeters thick. It is 51 millimeters lug to lug. It's on a 20 millimeter leather strap. It has a mineral crystal. I have no idea what the movement is. I looked all over the internet. I scoured the internet trying to figure out what type of movement this thing has. I have no idea what the power reserve is. I'm assuming it probably has, 2 or 3 years worth of battery life. Of course, it's not windable because it's not an automatic or a manual. It is hackable because it's a quartz. Every quartz watch is hackable. It's 50 meters water resistant, which is 165 feet. It does have really cool Indiglo lume, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. It has a non-screw down crown over there at 3 o'clock. It has the date function at 3 o'clock. It has no day function, and it has a non-movable brass bezel, which I thought was a little bit sneaky on Timex's part, but what do you expect for the price of this watch? So anyway, again, really good looking watch. I love the way this thing looks. I love the indexes. I love the hands. I love the second hand with a little plane on the end there, a little red plane. Really legible, good looking. I love that kind of royal blue for the dial and for the non-movable bezel, by the way. This thing is fixed. This thing doesn't move. It's also brass, by the way. It's really interesting that this watch case is brass and not even stainless steel. I guess that's maybe a cost-cutting measure from Timex. But it feels substantial. It feels solid enough. So no big deal. There's really not much to write home about this watch. It's pretty simple. It feels well built, even though it is relatively inexpensive. Again, good looking. A couple things, again, that kind of bugged me were the fact that, bottom line, this is not a dive watch. You really don't even need the bezel to move at all. But, it looks like it would be a movable bezel. It's not. Also, if you look here at the crown, this is not a screw-down crown, but if you look, it looks like the crown is constantly popped out. That's because this has Indiglo. You push the crown in to activate the Indiglo feature, and I'll show you that in a second. But it always looks like the crown is popped out. Now, if you look at the advertising for the watch, let me show you on the picture over here. And this is actually the picture I used for the thumbnail. It looks like this crown is flush with the case, like it's been screwed in, and or it's been pushed in, and it stays like that. It does not. This is the normal state of the crown where it looks like it's pushed out. See that? And that just kind of bugs me. I would have, preferred maybe they put another button up here just for the Indiglo lume or did something. It just looks like your crown is always, popped out. So anyway, those are my main two gripes with the watch. It looks great. It feels great. You have a simple case back here. Of course, it does have one of these sewn-in keepers on the strap, which they drive me crazy. Anyway, the strap feels nice and supple. The leather strap, it is genuine leather. Of course, it's not long enough. This is about an 8-inch strap. And these straps are never long enough. Only watches that fit me out of the box are Seikos for some reason. But anyway, you have your typical Timex laser etch caseback. It doesn't give you the country of origin, though I've seen on multiple articles that these are actually made in the Philippines, but it doesn't tell you anywhere on the watch, on the caseback, where the watch was made. It doesn't give you the movement number. So those are a little bit, they're little mysteries that you have to try to figure out if you really want to know. But there you go, simple caseback. Again, the case itself, you just have a whole bunch of bead blasted / brushed finishes. I do like the strap, even though it is a little bit small for me. You got a nice little signed Expedition buckle right there. I mean, it's a quality strap. Pretty cool. And let me go ahead and show you the Indiglo feature. Let me go ahead and kill the studio light and the monitor. And let me bring out, just to take a look. I don't think the hands are actually Lume themselves. I'm pretty sure they're not, but I do want to double check. I don't know if they have any Lume on them or not. Maybe the hour and minute hand do, possibly. Let me see. Yep, there you go. Hour and minute hand do, but here is its parlor trick. There you go. And it stays on for as long as you hold it. That's pretty cool. Of course, the Lume is almost totally faded by now. Actually, it is totally faded. Wow. I have never seen Lume fade that fast before in my entire life. Wow. Try this again. There's your Lume. Give it what? 10 seconds maybe? Wow. That's the fastest fading Lume I've ever seen on a watch I've reviewed. That's crazy. But you do have the cool Indiglo feature right there. So that's pretty cool. All right, let me go try this thing on. It is going to be a little bit tight. I tried it on earlier, and it was a tad bit tight. But it feels great. It feels like the leather is kind of pre-worn in a little bit. It's comfortable. This will be a perfect watch to slap on a NATO strap. Good looking watch. Has some nice wrist presence. Not too tall. It's not too thick, which I like. It feels great. I mean, I love the look of this thing. I wish they would do something about that crown looking like it's always unscrewed. But anyway, so there you go. So guys, that's really about it for this one. And it kind of reinforced my opinion, unfortunately, at Timex. I mean, there's some really good looking watches, but they're really inexpensive. They're not feature packed. That's really all I can say about them. Good looking watches, inexpensive. Don't expect a lot of features or, more, complicated complications, such as GPS or radio controlled or solar or automatics or anything like that. You're just not going to get that with the Timex watch. I mean, they do have some that have some of those features or maybe one of those features, but they're just really kind of cheap, really good beater watches. That's kind of what they're made for. Just a Sunday afternoon, working on your car or something, or, going to a sporting event on a Sunday afternoon or a Saturday, going to a cookout or whatever. These are meant to really just strap on your wrist and not worry about them because they are inexpensive and can be easily replaced. So guys, that's really been about it. So anyway, again, I'll make sure to put a link in the description field so you can buy this over on Amazon. Also, again, make sure you check out my Amazon shopping page for this and many of my other favorite watches. And I'll make sure, again, to put a link in the description field for you. And make sure you like and subscribe and make sure you click that notification bell. The fact that you have to click another button in addition to the subscribe button, I think is a little backwards. I don't know why YouTube is doing this. You should just click that subscribe button and then get any update that channel has delivered to your inbox. I don't know why they have this extra notification bell, but they do. Anyway, that's my little rant for the day. Anyway, guys, again, this has been the Timex Expedition Ranger 50-meter quartz watch, model number TW4B10700. And until the next review, I will see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.